So you probably have heard people say you should not compare yourself to others and that comparison is a thief of joy. But there is something that none of those people ever realize, and it's something I have recently realized on my own, and it's something I want to talk about today while taking a walk out in the nature here and doing some cardio so that I can kill two birds with one stone. And also I feel like Patrick Bateman with those sunglasses. I am Sigma. I am such a Sigma Rizzler. But anyways. What people don't realize is that when you tell someone that they should not compare themselves to others, they are not gonna listen to you. They're just gonna keep comparing themselves to others. If you tell them comparison is a thief of joy, and that comparison is what makes them unhappy, they won't listen to you. They will keep comparing themselves and be unhappy. And that's because comparison is not the problem. It is a symptom of an actual problem. Comparing yourself to others is a symptom of not knowing yourself, not knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, your limitations, and your true potential. A good example is me going to the gym. I have been going to the gym for many years now, and I really struggle with making progress. I am stuck on like a 90/88 kilo bench. And so I know that it is not a realistic goal for me to ever try to hit a 4-plate bench, because I don't think I have the genetics necessary for that. And so I don't compare myself to like all the powerlifters, world record powerlifters who can bench more than 4 plates, who can bench like 5 or more plates, especially without steroids. I don't compare myself to them because I know I will never be like them. I instead compare myself to someone like Jeff Cavalier, which I know is not a good idea because he uses fake weights, or at least he has been. But I compare myself to people who bench 2 plates instead of 4, because even though I don't bench 2 plates at the moment, I think that if I work hard, I can possibly get there. I can possibly get to a 2-plate bench as well. But here is where the problem arises with comparing yourself to others. I said I think. The keyword here is think. I think that I can get to a 2-plate bench. I am not certain that I will actually get a 2-plate bench. But because I think, because I simply think that I can get there, I, as a result, compare myself to people who can bench 2 plates. And so we compare ourselves to people that we think we can outcompete or basically compete against. We don't compare ourselves to people that we are 100% certain that we will never get to their level. But the problem is that what happens when you delude yourself into thinking that you can outperform someone that you in reality cannot outperform? Then you start comparing yourself to someone you will never outperform. And that, once you realize that you cannot outperform them, you get freaking disappointed, to say the least. Something I am currently struggling with, and I think this is the wrong way. There is nothing here, so I'm gonna just turn around. Something I personally struggle with is when I see people who sleep around, especially young men who manage to have sex with multiple women. I have never been able to sleep around, but the reason why I compare myself to them is because I believe that I have the potential to be like them. I feel like I have the potential to be super attractive to women and be desirable to women, and as a result make a lot of women want to have sex with me. And because I believe that I have that potential, I therefore compare myself to all those attractive Chads, Tyrones, alpha males, all the Andrew Tates and stuff. And I realize that it's a problem, because what if I never get there? And that's why I'm currently on a journey where I am trying to... I am currently on a looks-maxing journey. I'm working hard in the gym. I'm going to the gym almost every single day and stuff. And I do that so that I can discover my potential. So that I can see how attractive I can theoretically become. Now the obvious question is, what if I reach my full potential and it turns out that I still cannot be as attractive as the people I am comparing myself to? Well, obviously I will feel miserable. I will be freaking depressed, and I will think to myself, why can't I be like them? But I am aware of the fact that the reason why I even will think why I cannot be like them in the first place is because at the moment I think I can be like them. But once I realize that I cannot be like them, I will stop thinking, why can I not be like them? Because comparing yourself to others and trying to be like other people is a result of thinking that you can be like other people, when in reality you possibly cannot. But you think in your mind that you could be like other people because you are not aware of limitations that you have that other people do not. And so in order to stop comparing yourself to others, you have to become self-aware of your potential and your limitations. That's why it's really important to work on yourself so that you can find out your true potential. So that you can stop thinking, oh, one day I will be like them. No, you should work now and find out if you can be like them or not. Because then you won't have to wonder and think, can I be like them? Do I have what it takes to be like them or not? If you tell people, stop comparing yourself to others, they won't listen to you. They're not gonna listen to you. They will keep comparing themselves to others. But if you instead tell them to discover themselves, discover their strengths, weaknesses, their true potential and their limitations, then they will naturally stop comparing themselves to others. So if you want to stop comparing yourself to others, you cannot just force it. You have to discover yourself. Once you discover yourself, you stop comparing yourself to the people that you cannot outcompete. And that's why I am on the journey right now. Unfortunately, there was really no good path here that I could choose, and I am almost at my destination, so I have to end the video. But hopefully I made my point clear here. If you want me to find a better path, a better road, so that I can make a longer video where I go more in detail about my philosophies, let me know in the comments. Comment down below.